It's not that he's bad, but with his weight pitched over here, he's going to make you support more of his weight. He's never been one to run off or bite you or kick you or anything like that. He's lackadaisical about picking up his feet. And as I said, horses that stand like that with their nose tipped over there, see, I could already tell his eye is looking at me, so this is not going to be a big problem. But when you go to pick up this foot, they'll pick it up for you, and the minute you go to stick it between your legs, the farrier, and grab a hold of that foot, a lot of those horses will either pull that foot away from you, or your farrier is going to feel constant pressure. So it's not like the horse is relaxing, you're just moving the leg back there, right? Because as you're doing it, the horse is, if he doesn't completely pull it away from you, he's doing this. So it's pulling on you the whole time you're trying to get it between your legs. But you already see how his nose is away from me, right? The other thing is, when you're, because he stands like that, see, I can't put my shoulder there, and his body is not in alignment. So instead of me being able to stand like this, right, perfectly parallel to the horse, and pick that foot up and have that foot laying just like this, nice and parallel. So the more he bends that way, the more his foot is going to turn like this. It's going to rotate. Because now I'm rotated like this to adjust for him. So do it for your horse. Your horse is going to get a better trim, a straighter trim, if he stands parallel, because the farrier is not working with a hoof that's twisted this way. When his belly and his rib cage is facing the other way and his nose is more over here, that hoof will rotate nice and straight. Doing anything. So now what I've been doing with these, see, that's weight shift forward. So I address them here, right there, instead of yanking on your face. That, horses don't find that offensive. They may get surprised by it because nobody else has ever done that to them. But, so now, before I even trim him, what I do is I go, hey, I look at this. See, he's already, that's what I said, his nose is way over here, he's looking at what I want. He's still sagging a little bit, so I'll touch him lightly. I'll look. See, he's pushing against me harder here, so I'm going to start. See, he'll actually will try to nip me. Anytime he's looking at me, I'll look at this spot. See, he's pushing harder against me. And that's pretty good. So one thing you got to be aware about in this stuff is if this stays hard and the nose comes around, that horse is going to want to bite you. So today it's a lot better, because before where I had to go with this, see, every time I touch him, if this gets harder, I'm going to touch him harder. So before, what I actually had to do was, I had to start touching him with my rasp, the end of my rasp, just like this, and I would start poking him. But when I started poking him, I would hold it, I would put my hand up here to block the bite, because he wanted to bite me. So, like I said, he's not a bad horse. I love this horse. I love the owner. I love this horse. But he certainly can be a lot more cooperative. So let's see. I'm going to ask him to adjust his weight. See? Okay, so there. Now I'm going to, because the nose tipped away, when he starts looking, every time, see? No, that's forward. I don't want forward. I want this to go away. So he may get a little bit ornery here. See, he's looking at me. I want that to go away. And I'll keep that checking because it's not going away. See, that's worse. If anytime he tips his head away, it's worse. I'll touch him harder. The minute his nose comes back, I'll stop. I'll just tell him. I say, if you look at what I'm looking at, this is not difficult. Move back. See, this got softer. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. You don't have to change, all you gotta do is adjust. Yeah, that's right. So, you'll have to repeat this quite a lot because he'll do this. It's a behavior. So as you start to do things, he'll go back to this. So I'll stop what I'm doing and address this. So I'm going to address it again. Hey, see this, move that over there. Now, see how the hip shifted over there? See? The back is over there. Of course, you've got a big belly. And you can see what these horses will do. I don't know if you can see it, but he's actually taking that right hind foot off the ground, which is already telling me that he's gonna do it. He really needs to shift his weight to that other foot. So I'll go about what I want to do, and then if he doesn't adjust, what I'll do is push him with my shoulder a little bit and see if he weights that hind foot. See, the minute I stand up, he takes more weight off of that, which in turn is what he's doing is bracing against me. I don't want forward. Yeah. See, every time he gives me good curvature here, I just relax. I say, yeah, this is the way life is supposed to be. Yeah, even better. Even better. Yeah. See, this eye is blinking like crazy. So I'm going to pick this foot up a few times, and now I'm going to go to the back foot. See, right now I can tell that he's softer here. See? Because when a horse is like this, you won't have to clamp that leg unless you're actually nailing a shoe on. He'll actually keep it right in the crook of my leg. So when I let it down, I just relax. But I hold pressure, a little bit of pressure here, because he can just slide that foot right down. Yeah, he can slide that foot right down. And when he does, if he'll just relax and slide that foot down, you'll see that this goes away. I don't know if you can see it or not, but his center of his spine is way over there now. So I'll pick up the hind leg. And the same thing, see how everything is all pitched over here again? So I'm going to ask him, hey, I don't want to move his hindquarters away, so don't push the hindquarters. I'm going to ask him here again, pick that up. Pick that up. Here. See, I don't have my wand, but I'll use my thumb. There. So you can see he was getting a little bit. Hey, I'll nip you. Same thing here. I'll just let that foot slide down. See, he wants to pull it. He pulled it off and a little bit forward, but he goes back to this. So every time he goes back to that, I'm going to remind him that is not such a good thing. Every time he tips his nose to me, I'll point to him, because now he can see what I'm looking at. See, he's pushing harder against me. Move that over there. Yeah, this is not difficult. So what I want him to keep his weight shifted over there. Don't sit on me. I'm not a crutch. See? At least that time there, he let his leg slide down. His weight is still a little bit over here. See, every time I ask him, he starts pushing harder against me. So I'm not going to stand back there and adjust this. I'm going to adjust it right there. You know, I'll move forward so that he can't kick me. But as you move forward, they're not stupid. They go, well, move over here and I'll bite you. So it's just a matter. I stop. You see, I'm not even watching him. I can see him out of my peripheral vision, but see, as I touch lightly, see, he puts more pressure. So if you get him, see, he stood straighter. If he kept backing up, I would have adjusted the backing up. Yeah. See, now when I'm pushing against him, he's not pushing harder against me. So when he starts being a little more like this, just pretend you're on a swing. And I just want to swing. Close your eyes and just... So, see, his swing is a little rusty. But he is swaying with me. But as time goes on, you feel how much pressure. Just relax a little more. Put a little more sway into it. The horse, if he's good about this, he'll sway a lot, more than what he's doing right now, and he won't move his feet at all. See, he's swaying pretty good, but like I said, he's a rusty old swing. And I laugh about it because see, he's intent on what I'm, and you know, his eye. See, every time I move, his ear comes back. He's a real good horse, but he's what he's been allowed to do. So I'm going to go on and trump. But that's the most common horse behavior thing in the world. And like I said, the minute you change, see already his swing is not even moving at all. I'll just go back to, see, every time he looks at me, I won't poke him harder. If he looks, he'll actually shift his weight at what I'm asking for. So your first indication that he's not going to pay attention is if he tips his nose away. So even then, see, I'm actually using my fingertips. But recognize this. Every time that horse gives you that, you give him this. And the more you give him this when he's correct, the more better posture you're going to get here. Relaxation. It's hard when you got someone, it doesn't matter when you're shaking hands with a person or your hand on a horse's feet. If there's bracing there, it's hard on you. So, for one thing, you got a horse that's got tension in his body. It all relates to your riding. Me touching him there is like someone putting a leg on him. It's the same damn thing. So I like when I put a leg on a horse that they do this because it's a good feeling and you're not pushing hard.